this is XY here, and today I'm going to be making 3 bags inspired by Louis Vuitton designs. I saw this Louis Vuitton show last month and saw this cat and some designs I really like, so let's begin. The first thing I saw is this red bag. It is stunning. It's a red leather suitcase kind of bag. It is absolutely beautiful with all the sharp edges, and I find this red leather material at home and they fit so well together. So to start with, I draw a draft showing what you should do to make like basically the top and the bottom half of the suitcase. I'm using really hard thick cardboard as structural base, and because they're really thick, it takes some effort to cut them up, so just do whatever you have to do. Basically, I cut on the front a few times, then bend it backwards, then when I successfully did that, I cut on the back a few times, then bend it back. Usually it will snap pretty easily. And after you get all the pieces, line them up. You should have 10 pieces in total, and each 5 of them will form like a basket, like a open suitcase. It's gonna be half of your suitcase structure. I would recommend making the lid a little bit shorter because you can't really put anything in the lid area. Then put your cardboard on the leather and make sure you leave a little gap between every cardboard because it is thick, and when it stands up it will be some distance. Then cut down your fabric and use a hot glue gun to glue down all the pieces onto the fabric. After you have glued down all the pieces, put the side up and glue down where the side meets the bottom, and glue where the sides come into connection with each other. I glue both the inside and the outside of the 4 sides because I'll be covering it up with nylon straps later, so it doesn't matter if you make a mess. Then I use another material for the inner layer. Basically, you cut 2 really long black straps and glue them down on there. This should be what it looks like when it's done. Also, I already glued down the nylon strap on the side, so basically you glue half of it onto one panel, then fold it over onto the other panel and glue it down. Fold the top seam over and glue it inside so it will look nice. You don't have to worry about the bottom because we'll be adding more nylon straps later on. And then use the same nylon strap you used and glue it all around the top edges of the box and the bottom edges of the box. After you glue all down, take out these side thingies. They're actually delivery package corner protection, and they work really well. They almost look exactly like what it had on the Louis Vuitton bag, except that I think they're a bit larger, so my bag is also accordingly a little bit larger. Other than that, it's perfect. After that, I just take out my black spray paint and spray paint the 2 hinges and 2 horn locks black. Then you screw the hinges onto the 2 halves you should already have made, and just screw it in because we're using cardboard, so it's relatively easy to screw through and it holds pretty nicely. You just have to put a lot of strings onto it and it should screw into the box pretty easily. After I finished with the bag, I moved on to screw in the locks. I used 2 black and 1 golden lock because the golden lock just adds the overall more expensive Louis Vuitton vibe to the whole thing. And finally, to attach the straps, I used 2 grommets, just punch holes in the 2 sides of the box and lock them into place. And on that, I added on a long nylon strap and a plastic black chain to complete the bag. Second thing I took inspiration from is this white round bag over there. Yeah, that one. So basically I did the exact same thing. I want a white round bag. So first the material I use is this IKEA clothes holding thing. A little plastic feeling fabric, but it has some hard cardboard in between, so it is perfect. I started cutting it and there is 2 pieces of fabric around the cardboard, so I cut out the circles with these 2 fabrics first. Then I start cutting the cardboard. Make sure that you cut your cardboard a little bit smaller than your fabric because we'll be sewing these fabric up and putting the cardboard inside, so the cardboard needs to be smaller. And after that, start cutting up your straps. I cut out 4 straps in total, but you can do with just 2. Each of them is like half the diameter of the circle because one of it will be used to secure the zipper, so I did them separately. After I'm done cutting, I have 4 fabric circle pieces, 2 circle cardboard, and 4 pieces of straps. And to add the fanciness, I got these embroidery stickers and I just glued them on. And with the same glue gun, glue the fabric onto the zipper. I cut these fabric from the edges so they are already sewed in hand. If you are using raw material, you will have to hem it yourself. After you're done gluing it down, cut off the excess fabric so it will be the same width as the other 2 strips you used to make the side. And now take 2 round surface fabric and start sewing them together. Be sure to only sew halfway, not the full circle, so you will have space to put your cardboard into the circle. After you're done, you can cut along the sewn edges because it's a circle. Cutting will decrease the bulge, and flip it inside out, then pin your zipper fabric to the already sewn together edge of your circle so it will look nice. After you have finished pinning it, just sew it down with your sewing machine. And do the same thing to the other side, then flip it out, then insert your cardboard material. I would say it's totally okay if you just use glue gun for all these steps. I am only using a sewing machine because I'm running low on glue stick. But I got lazy and started using it again. Then glue your other 2 straps onto the other side, and I put 2 grommets on the side fabric, then attach a white plastic chain to it, and it's done. I try to wear it across my chest like I saw in the image, but I guess because the chain is a bit too short, it just looks wrong. But it makes a really good handbag. The last one is this bag. It's overall is really pretty, but I'm focusing on the center part design where this like 3D logo is standing out. I am using air dry clay to make the 3D logo. So basically what you have to do with your air dry clay is to roll it into an even width long rod. And then I take out a black leather flip bag. It has to be a flip bag because one part of the logo is on the inner side and another part of the logo is on the outer flip side. And this is a really cheap black leather bag that it's like 10 bucks or something. So I have no pain cutting it up, and I don't really wear it that often because I don't like it. It's just too plain. So just draw the shape you want onto the bag, then cut it. Because the inside of the bag is also cardboard, so I sand it down with some sandpaper to make the edges more smooth, cutting more smooth. After you're done sanding, now I take out some white acrylic paint to paint the whole bag. As you saw in the design, I want the bag to be bright orange, so I will be spray painting it orange later, but having a white underlayer will make the orange show more easier, and it is just so satisfying to paint something entirely a different color using acrylic paint. It is honestly the most satisfying thing I have done in this project. After the white layer has dried off, take it outside and spray paint it orange. And before you spray paint the bag, you can also do it after you spray paint the bag, but since the bag need time to dry, just take out your rod that has been left on overnight. Air dry clay usually hardens enough for you to cut it after a night, and I cut out one long piece and two small pieces to form the X. Just use more clay to make them merge together into the shape that you want, and smooth down the extra clay so it will not be so obvious that there were 2 layers of clay on it. I also use sandpaper to sand it after it dries a little bit for like 5 to 6 hours, and this is the end product after you have them smooth and nice. So just paint them black with acrylic paint. and after they dry, just glue them onto the bag and reattach the chain, then it's done. It actually turned out a lot better than I anticipated. I really love the color. I really like this one as well, and that's all for the video. Thank you for watching.